everybody. This is Donna, and I'm here to talk to you again about all about books. Well, first of all, let me tell you what I am reading. And right now, for the month of March, which is Women's History Month, I am reading The Personal Librarian. And I'm reading this with my book group, AAABDG, which is the African American Authors Book Discussion Group. I joined them when I was living in Michigan, and due to COVID, they started going Zoom, and so I decided, well, let me rejoin. They invited me back. So now I gotta look like the librarian. Okay, come on now. So far, I just started, and this is a very good book, and I'm enjoying it so far. And it also tells me the history of Bella DeCosta Green and her passing as white. I will get more into this as I get more into the book. I may do a small review, but I will have a full review on my blog when I am completed the book. So this is a good book so far. I also have Lorraine Hansberry, The Life Behind a Raisin in the Sun. I got this arc and I'm really enjoying it. I wish it was in audio, but I'm reading it on my Kindle. As I progress along, which I just started this too, it gives me a lot of history on Lorraine Hansberry, which I really didn't know anything about other than the play, the Broadway play, A Raisin in the Sun, and I've seen the movie, you know, with Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee, and enjoyed it. So now getting a background on her and her personal life is very interesting. And as I speak of this, A Raisin in the Sun, it also brought to my attention back a few years ago, I found out that I was featured in this reference manual, which is African American theater, and they used me as reference off my blog. My blog, which is onadaydonna.blogspot.com. So I didn't discover this until years after it was published, but I'm in there. I'm in the reference. I'm in the back. That's an honor. And for next month, for April, I will be reading Unbound. I'll be reading this with my book club group, and I'm looking forward. I've heard nothing but good things, especially on all the BookTube channels. And I just got this in the mail yesterday, so I'll be reading this after I'm done with The Personal Librarian. Also, I want to talk to you about book collecting. I'm a book collector, and I have done book collecting since the 1980s. And looking at my extensive library, I come to find out that I love the original hardbacks. I love hardbacks. And here's an example. Here's Maya Angelou, and it's talking about all God's children need traveling shoes. Well, here is somewhat of a later publication, and then now I have the first edition. I don't know if you can see that, my lighting is a little bright, but here is the first edition publication, and I believe that came out in, I gotta take my glasses off to read, oh boy, around, I can't see it, 1986, I want to say. So, and I treasure my collection, and that's part of that. For instance, Native Son by Richard Wright. Here's one publication, not sure the year. And then I found this in a slipcase, which is a very nice copy. And I found it in a thrift store. So, see that? I think that's awesome. I think I read this when I was younger, but I am in need to reread because I have forgotten how the story goes. And this might be a Book of the Month club, I don't know. But I just thought the case was very nice, very nice. Then I have Alex Haley. As you know, this is more of a commercial copy. Let's see, it's the 30th anniversary edition. And it's pretty thick, right? 30th anniversary. Well, again, at a used book sale, and I put a cover over this so it would preserve. This is an original first edition collector's. Now, I wish it was signed. That would really make it awesome, but it's not. So we've got paperback, 30th edition, then we have first edition. Also, I have Alice Walker. You know, everyone's read The Color Purple almost. And I think this is a beautiful copy. This is really a nice edition. And I bought it only because I have the first edition, which is in very nice, pristine shape. And I want to keep that because this, I don't want to pick it up and thumb through it, dog-ear the pages. You know, I want this. I could probably put my little notes in it, or you know, my tabs that I do. I don't like writing in books, but you know, keep the first edition. I also have a first edition of one of my favorite authors, J. California Cooper. Now, this is A Peace of Mind. This is normally what you would find now. This is a paperback copy. And sit, Cookie, my dog is trying to get my attention. A paperback copy, and then I bought this online. Someone was selling a first edition, and this was put out by the Woman's Press Limited, and this is definitely a collector's copy. You know, it's first edition, and I believe it came out in 1984. 1984. If she has one that's even earlier than that, I don't know of it, but I did pay some pretty good money to have an original copy there. And also, I got her Homemade Love, which this is hard to find. If you were to, you know, Google or try to purchase any of her books, you're going to get probably a paperback. And so I treasure this, and I also treasure Some Sold to Keep. These are all collector's copies, first editions. And I watched on some videos where people were reading The Salt Eaters by Toni Cade Bambara, and here is a hardback original copy. I love it. I have not read it yet, but I will be. I will pick this up one day, and I look forward to reading it. Now, I am also posting a review. I posted a review of the book I just finished reading, which was When We Were Birds. This is an ARC. However, I gave it like 3.5 stars. The premise of the story is very good. And the main character I really like, Darwin. He learned, grew up, developed. I watched him kind of like transition in the storyline. It had a very good, but like I say, the genre was a little different for me, a little mystical realism, but it wrapped up really good, and I thought it ended up being a worthy read. So I may get this in a hard copy to add to my collection, especially the UK edition. It's gorgeous. I also put this on my blog, and this book, the way it talked about birds, where they would turn into birds and fly, a lot of reference to birds, made me think of this, which is a book by Virginia Hamilton, The People Could Fly. Very nice folk tales. There's good illustration in here. Very good illustration. So it kind of gave me, the book When We Were Birds gave me a reference to this, and I really like that. So just coming at you with what I am reading and what I plan to read, and I hope to come back at you again real soon with another video so that we could chat and talk. And if you have questions, or is there something you want me to show you or read, let me know in the comments below. And I thank you for subscribing. I got new subscribers. I thank you for viewing. I'm getting more viewers as I learn how to do these videos and post on YouTube channel. I thank you, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.